Let me show you a little demo about dotCMS analytics. This is the dashboard for page views, and we can see some quick numbers, page views, unique visitors, top performing page. You can see your page views on a timeline. You can see your page views per device and browser, and you can see all your top performing pages. Of course, in this case, it's the home page, but you can see that product headless has a page view of this 100, and so on and so forth. This is pretty standard analytics information, but we also have engagement. And engagement is basically a calculation that we do, and we use an industry standard formula. This is how it gets calculated in our case. Users that spend at least 10 seconds on the site, or that clicks in any content, like a button or a link or a widget. And very soon, this is going to include conversions. So here you can see that the engagement rate at this point is 45% and is 8% up since last previous 7 days. We can see an engagement trends for 60 days. We can see the average interaction number. We can see the average session time. We can see the total of sessions. And of course, we can see the engagement breakdown, the engaged sessions versus the bounce sessions, right? And of course, we can see the engagement per device, per browser, and per language. This is all for free. You don't have to set up everything. We are providing the SDK for headless, but for traditional channels, this will be just in your dotCMS pages when you get it enabled. We also have conversions, but conversion is a work in progress. However, I want to show you the prototype. This is a prototype that we have for conversions. A conversion is a specific event that you can trigger on any conversions that you would like to track. Typical examples are visitor download a file, or completed a form, or submit a form, or hit a button like add to cart. Right? All those can be conversions. And the cool thing about conversion is that you can have the user journey. So for example, for form submissions, you can see what are the top attributed content to that conversion. That means that during the user journey, the user visited all these pieces of content. That could be because a content impression or a page view. Here, for example, you can see the content present in conversions. And you can see the counts and the conversions and what's the rate. Sometimes the content just get the page view, but it doesn't drive the conversion. So that's the conversion rate. We can see the conversion by trends. We can see the traffic versus conversions. And of course, we can see like big numbers, right? We can see total conversions, the conversion visitors, the overall site conversion rate, and the content conversion rate. And of course, you can create a conversion. So you can come to conversions, and here you can define the conversion. You can, in this idea, in this UI, the idea is you can click in a button and you can set when the element gets to click, I'm gonna save that as a conversion. Or if it's a thank you page, when the page view of that page, when the page loads, and that's a conversion. And you can add referrals. You can add referrals from your campaigns, from Google, from Facebook, email. You can add query params as well, and that will track the conversion. And that's what I wanted to show you about dotCMS Analytics. See you soon. Hello, my name is Freddy Montes, and I am VP of Product here at dotCMS. And today I want to show you the near future of UVE and the next future of UVE, or Universal Visual Editor. So let's go. As you can see here, we clean up the UI a little bit. Now we can move faster between sections. It doesn't reload the full page. We can toggle the panel, which we already have. But now we got a new panel that I'll show you in a bit. So let's start here. You can see that now we can toggle the panel. And we got a new tab right here that is called Layers. So Layers is a minimap of the rows and the columns. So you can expand this and see the columns. You can see it right here. And as you suspect, we can drag and drop and reorder rows very quick without having to go to the layout editor and lose the context of the page. And of course, you can do the same with the columns. So I can move this column up and it moves to the position. Along with that, you can double click to rename a row so it's easier for you to locate. The next thing is we added zoom. Zoom in and zoom out. And this is basically for you to control the space on where you are editing, especially in smaller screens. Now, what is this right panel about? So now when you hover, you see this little selector background. So you can now select a contentlet. And if you expand this panel, you're going to have an in context edit content screen or edit content panel. That basically allows you, so you can change some things right here, and you can save. And it changed right away. You can still open the full edit content screen, but sometimes you just need to edit something real quick. For now, I'm showing you just text fields, but we're going to expand. We're going to have image fields, categories, relationship fields, all of those, right? You already see somehow we got the style editor, and the style editor allows you to change the look and feel of a component. All this form is defined by the developers, is in our SDK. So you can make the title bold, you can make the title extra large, you can change, for example, the button color, you can align the text to the left or to the right, to the center. And all this is driven by governance using our SDK. So you will have still branding controls based on this. If you select another content type or another contentlet, the options are different. This is going to be out by the end of Q1. It's already internally being in testing, and we're ready to roll this out for everybody. Now, this is UVE in the immediate future. But I want to show you where do we want to take Universal Visual Editor? How do we want to make channel creation better and faster? And of course, using AI. So what you're seeing here is a prototype that we put together to showcase where do we want to take UVE next. So on the left, we can navigate the pages super quick. Of course, this is a file system, the dotCMS file system. We can have analytics, the page views, the unique visitor, the average station time, conversion rates. We can have all that information coming straight from our analytics. We can have AI recommendations for GEO, SEO. We can have experiments, and you can see side by side the experiments variants. And we can have some kind of personalization where you can prompt to create versions of the page for personalization. That's on the left side panel. Now on the right side panel, we want to include what we're calling primitive. And those are just text, images, button, links, table, list, paragraph. Basically pieces of content that are not necessarily attached to a content type that allows you to enrich your page. Basically a one-off element for the page. But we still have our content types, media, layouts. Of course, we can see this in table. We can zoom in and out. We can rotate. We can resize and everything, right? So this is where we want to take the design view of UVE. But we want to introduce the dev view of UVE. And the dev view is very similar, with the difference that you will have access to the component code that is driving this page. Whether it's headless or traditional, it doesn't matter. And you can prompt and use AI to improve this component, to fix it, to add new components, everything. And of course, you can push those changes straight to your GitHub repo when you're ready to do so. But we also have AI mode. And AI mode is a way more cleaner UVE where basically you will use prompting to modify your pages, to create new variants, to personalize, to optimize for SEO, to update the design. You can use add to select contentlets and put it into the context of the prompt, or to select sections and layouts, to select images, to add personas to it, to add experiments and variants, all these by just prompting. And this is how the future of dotCMS looks like. This is what we are imagining, and we definitely want your feedback. What do you think about this? It makes sense, but this is where we want to take it. And we already experimented with AI and the different AI providers in order to be able to support this in a safe, governed, and private way for you enterprise companies.